So just beginning lying on your mat and relaxing. We'll have a nice gentle class today. Gentle on the body, gentle on the mind, gentle with our emotions. So just tuning in to how you're feeling. Physically, just scan from head to toe. And noticing any tightness or tension without reading into the story of it, just a pure awareness of where it is held in the body. And draw your awareness to your breath. Notice the breath in the belly. Notice the breath as it moves into the chest and how the ribs move, they expand and contract. Notice how you're feeling emotionally as well. Perhaps we're feeling quite just light and upbeat today. And if we're not feeling that, then can we create it? Can we think of something where we have been quite lively, upbeat and joyful, and just bring that energy in? There's no reason why we can't shift our emotions consciously. And then draw your awareness to rooting down into the earth. Let's just take a moment to scan the chakras. So root, sacral below the navel, solar plexus above our navel, heart center, and then we have throat, third eye, and crown. And just notice if anything kind of stands out in these areas. We're going to begin our stretches in a moment. So into the lying position, inhaling right arm up and over. And let the hand fall to the floor behind you. Lift your right toes, push into the heel, foot is flexed. And just gently lower that right hip. Start to reach the arm up. Lovely stretch here. And pointing toes. And when you're ready, just exhale, let everything soften, arm comes down. Palms up into Shavasana. Left side. Toes lifted, push into the heel. Just relaxing the arm and hand and just coming into that stretch now. Stretching our left side. Point the toes. Nice stretch on the leg. And then exhale, arm down. Take a moment, and when you're ready, both arms up and over. And then just enjoy flexing the feet and pointing the toes. Just alternate this lovely stretch. What do you feel on your shins, calf muscles? Really reaching up with your arms. Feel that lovely stretch in the shoulder blades. And then when you're ready, exhale, arms down. Palms up again. Let the feet flop to the side for a moment. Just take a breath. Nice sigh. Feels good. And then when we're ready, we draw the right knee in. Hands around the shin. We'll take a deep breath. Exhale, coming up. Lovely stretch through the back of the body now. Really let the breath empty out the body and hold the breath out for a moment. And then when you're comfortable and ready, lower down as you breathe in. Swap legs to the left-hand side and then inhale. Exhale, coming up. Feel the belly fall to the spine, hold the breath out. Inhale, coming down. And then both knees in, third time. Deep breath. Fill the lungs, fill the belly. Exhale as you come up. Feel it all leave the body. Everything comes flattened. Hold the breath out. And then inhale, coming down, just holding onto the knees, rocking from side to side, little circles. Enjoying how it feels to roll on the spine, noticing what you're feeling. And then coming up, Paramuktasana 1. Coming onto cushions, if that's comfortable. Warming up all our joints nice and safely. So, drawing hands to Chin Mudra. Let's close our eyes. And just take a lovely deep breath and become quite peaceful and settled in the seat. Close the eyes, relax your face, loosen all the muscles in your cheeks and your jaw. And when you're ready, take the chin down to chest. Have a moment to pause here and enjoy the feeling. Taking chin up. Feel that lovely stretch in your throat. And head down again. Once more up. Noticing the whole movement from up to down and then coming back to centre. Tilting right. And then left. Same again. And coming back to centre, we twist and gaze over the right shoulder. And left. Same again. Notice if your breath is just in the chest or with your breathing deeply to the belly. Coming back to centre when you're ready. And then chin down. Full rotation of the head all the way round. Nice wide circle of the head and neck. And the other way. Noticing what you feel down the back as you move, all the sensations we get. When you're ready, coming back to centre, just extending hands out in front of you and then bringing thumbs in and thumbs out. Moving your fingers. And then palms up and down. Lovely stretch over the wrists and under the wrists. And rotating. The season of autumn is very linked with our lung and our large intestine meridian that runs through our arms. So when we're moving our arms, it's encouraging that flow. And then palms up, drop the shoulders, deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. How are your elbows today? And then drawing them together and round. Let's loosen any tension that we're holding in the shoulders. You can keep your eyes closed or open here, whatever feels nice. Sometimes I think closing the eyes, you just feel into the body a little bit more, and the other way. Lovely. And relax. Coming off cushions, just pop them aside and extending legs. Just pull the pads of your buttocks aside so that you feel the sit bones connect to your mat. And then wiggling toes open and closed. Nice feeling to stretch the toes now and then. And then pointing and a nice flex. Lovely. You might find it's tight on your calves. Notice what you feel around the shins. And then one foot over the other. Gentle rotations. Other way. And swapping sides. Noticing all the little funny clicks that you may be hearing. And the other way. Lovely. Right knee. Checking in with this joint. How's it feeling today? And right hip. Other way. Other side now, left knee. Notice how you're feeling when you're doing this, whether you're feeling quite peaceful, connected to your body, and the other way. Whether the mind is quite focused on what you're doing or whether you're having a million thoughts. Just notice, no right or wrong, just pure observation. Feet together. Oh, have I got stuck on my foot? And just gently relaxing. Soften into the shoulders and soften into the head and the neck. Gentle stretch in the upper back. Take some deep breaths. And we'll gently come up. We'll do seated cat-cow today, just so that we're not on our knees, on our shins. So just cross the legs, just do a few more stretches. Inhale forwards. Exhale, roll back. Take your time with this. Try and find the end of your breath and the beginning of your breath. Full inhale, full exhale. As you come forwards, notice that lovely lean forwards and how it feels around the buttocks and the hips. Lovely stretch there. Starting to rotate clockwise. And close your eyes for this. Nice and slowly today. What muscles are you feeling in your back, mid-back, upper back? What do you feel as you rotate around the waist? We'll just do one more clockwise. And then rotating anti-clockwise. Enjoy a nice, slow, steady breath. Noticing the pull around the hips, the waist. Just getting into your body and enjoying what you feel. Coming back to centre. We'll just do another little twist, right hand on left knee. And with a fairly nice tall spine, looking over your left shoulder. Notice if you're tense in your thighs and the whole lower part of the body. Just see if you can gently relax. Soften into this twist. Other side. An awareness of your breath at the same time. Sometimes when we move, we forget the breath. Let's come back round to centre. Dropping the right hand to mat. Lift the left one up. And we'll just do a few little flows here. Other side. Really enjoying that stretch in the side of your waist. Where do you feel it? All down to your hip. Once more, right? Yeah, here and here. Yeah. It's lovely, these very simple movements, but when you close your eyes and you just do it, you can really just enjoy what you feel through your body. Just coming back to a stillness. Okay, let's come into boat pose. So I'm just going to turn this sideways. You can still stay facing forwards. We'll do this 3 times. Listen to your lower back. If it's tender, then just be very gentle here. We're going to be really engaging through our belly as well and the pelvic diaphragm. So nice long spine. Hands under the thighs to start with. Just tilt back with the toes off the mat a little bit. Notice where your breath is. Are you breathing to your belly or is it all in the chest? Gently come up with your legs if you feel comfortable. If you're actually just more comfortable here, balancing. It's all about the balance, not how high you can stretch your legs, but maybe just coming parallel to the mat. Take a deep breath in. And as we release, just relax. Let the legs go for a moment. Give them a little wiggle if you want to. We're going to do that a couple more times. So lovely long spine, tilting back. Engage that belly and pelvic diaphragm as well, coming up. Just hold here. Just know if you can be comfortable here. Lovely, and relax. You might find that you're holding a lot in your wrists and hands as well. Give legs a little shake. Okay, let's come up again, and we're going to release the arms, come forward with this one. So we're not going to hold it too long, and if it's really pulling on your lower back, then don't hold it for too long. Engaging belly, engage this core, and then we'll come up. Bring the legs just where you're comfortable, and we're going to release the arms, take a deep breath, and then exhale, relax. Okay, coming up to standing. Take your feet a little bit further than hip distance apart. Take the arms wide, and we're just going to sway. Make it ever so gentle. Notice what you're feeling. Any little twinges, just be aware of. And then you can start to speed up a little bit. Arms might start to come a little bit higher. It feels quite nice, like a child playing. And your arms may start to sort of slap the opposite shoulder perhaps. It might lend itself to that, and then we'll slow down a bit. Nice soft way of gently moving our spine. Okay, coming to stillness. And I also like, before we do anything, just to come into a forward fold. So inhale up. And in whatever way you need to, bending your knees if you need to, just swan dive down. This is always a test for me every week. If I've got a funny little twinge in a nerve at the back, I'll definitely have to bend my knees. Sometimes I don't have to. It doesn't sort of feel tender. So it's always a bit of a gauge when you come into certain poses, and noticing if something feels better and improved or not. And when you're ready, just roll up. Stacking the spine, lifting that neck and head up afterwards. Okay, let's do Earth sequence, because it's one of the gentlest sequences. And I think we'll go through it twice today. I'll talk through it the first time a little bit. I know most of you know it. But the second time I'm just going to go completely quiet, and you can just enjoy it yourself. Enjoy it for the moving meditation that it is. So just come to the left side of the mat. Diamond shape with the hands. And inhale. If you get a bit lost with it, don't worry, just look at somebody next to you or look at me and you get back into it. I think the idea of today is just to tune into the breath and the movement. Trying to be conscious of the beginning and the ends of your breath. And the breath in your belly. Right foot to the side. And we're going to bend our knees and come into a squat. Only as far as you can. Coming up. If it's difficult in the knees, just coming down as much as you can. And down. Turning to your right hand side as you come up. Your right leg is lengthened, your left leg is slightly bent. Palms away, palms back and up, round and down. Interlink the fingers and your palms face towards you, and then you turn them away and they face away. Leaning back. As the palms come to the ceiling, this is when we twizzle to the other side. Your left side. Bring your hands into your heart and extend the palms away. And back. I love to think, because this is earth sequence, I love to think that the way my arms are moving, I'm sort of giving the whole world a cuddle as they come round and down and to in front again. And then after 3, just turning to face the front. And we extend forwards. Bend your knees if you need to. Take a moment at the bottom just to relax. When you're ready, take that breath in, coming up. Lovely stretch through the backs of your legs, back of the body. And then we bring right foot to left, hands to heart. Just hold thumbs to heart for a moment. Close the eyes. Take a few deep breaths into the belly if it's all been in the chest. And blink the eyes open. We'll start again. So left hand side of your mat, feet together. That's it. If you want to close your eyes for some of this, you can. Have a nice deep breath. Take yourself down to the mat. And just gently notice the difference between the first round when I guided and talked through, and the second round when you just went into your own little world and did it yourself. That difference. And just tuning into your breath. Try and take full breaths here, so full inhale, full exhale. Sometimes we can just breathe very half-heartedly, sort of half a breath in, half a breath out. So when you're ready, draw the knees into chest. Have a little moment to rock and enjoy massaging your spine. Notice how the earth sequence is a very peaceful practice. How it makes you feel emotionally. And gently let's bring feet to the mat and we'll come into some bridge. We're going to keep the arms down by the side of the body and we're just going to flow. I'm going to let you do 10, so quite a lot, but I'd just like you to get into the flow of it. So when we come up, we're going to have a very gentle engagement in the belly and the pelvic diaphragm again, but just go with your breath. Feet planted, palms down. When you're ready, inhale, come up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale up. Exhale, roll down. And having that moment after you release the buttocks and thighs before you come up again if you wish. Feeling the strength in the thighs and the legs and the knees as you do come up. Being aware of a lovely deep breath in as you come up. Curling that spine down to the mat. Perhaps you can feel that sort of wobbly tension in the buttocks and thighs where you're working this part of the body. And the gentle relax as you come down. Let's do 3 more. And enjoy the movement with the breath. Very gentle movements, but you can feel the strength. Last one. And lovely. Relax the legs into Shavasana. Just stretch them out. Turn the palms upwards. Through that lovely bit of work that you've done in the backs of the legs, buttocks. Maybe feeling even the sort of tingliness in the soles of the feet where you've pushed into the mat. Nice deep breaths. Draw the legs in. We're going to do a twist where we sway the knees as well. Just have a little moment to rock on your back. Bring the knees into the higher up if you need to. And then feet back to that same position, arms out wide, level with the shoulders. And like we often do, we're just going to sway the knees, but do it in tune with the breath. And we'll do 10, but so it's 5 each side, okay? So inhale, and we'll start with knees right. Exhale, lift to the top, and knees left. And if you'd like to gaze in the opposite direction from the knees, then you can, just gently twisting the head. Do this at your own speed, and if you want to pause where the knees are dropped, then that's fine. Notice what you're feeling in your spine, and just being very gentle and careful. Lovely stretch to the side of the waist. You can control this. One more either side, right and then left. And gently coming back up to the top and Shavasana. Relax. Notice how it feels very different from bridge. Different parts of the body moving. Relax your shoulders. When you're ready, just draw your knees in. And we'll roll up to seated. We'll start with a seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So again, just walk out past the buttocks. Now, if you've got a little blanket, you can pop it under knees if you want to. This is always sometimes quite nice and a bit more gentle. You can make it, roll it, or have it just in a little square. It allows us to come into a bit more of the whole back of the body rather than it all feel stretched through the legs. So nice long spine. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Have a very gentle flex in your feet. So rather than having them loose and pointed, just sort of push into the heels, gentle flex. You're going to feel that a little bit more through the backs of your legs. And just sit here and notice how the body feels just to lean forward here. Breathing into your belly. If this is painful for anyone, if it's really pulling on the lower back, then just ease out of it a little bit. Relax the feet off perhaps a little bit so they're not so flexed. I think sometimes it's quite nice just to find your own pose. I guide you into these poses, but if it feels nice to have the foot relaxed and the arms relaxed, and we can come into a little bit of a yin style with this, where we let the legs roll outwards if we want them to, and the arms can come back towards the body. They don't have to be stretched down to the feet. And relaxing into the upper body and the neck and head. And so those of you that have got the cushion under your knees, just gently pull it out and we'll notice the difference it makes from just taking out the little padding that's perhaps only a few inches. And it might feel kind of nicer to be in this than had we gone into it initially. When you're ready, lifting the head up nice and slowly. And just lean back into the arms. Have a little bit of a wiggle through the body, flexing, if that feels nice. Whatever feels nice. Little circles. And then we're going to come into a wide-legged stance. So just bringing feet wide. If you want to, use that little blanket, pop it just under the edge of your buttocks. So just sit on the edge of it. Not fully sitting on it, but just so that it feels like it tilts the pelvis forward, if you get what I mean, by just sort of sitting on the edge. And then we'll take the arms up and we'll fold forward here as well. Just let the hands float down to wherever they want to land and start to feel the lovely gentle stretch on the inside of the legs. If you start with the feet flexed a little bit, so push into the heel, lift up the foot and the toes, you'll feel that a bit more. Just be conscious of where your breath's going, whether it's all in the upper chest or whether you can deepen the breath to the belly first. And then you can relax those feet maybe and just let the legs roll out a bit. Let the arms come back to the body. Let's come into yin style. Let the head rock forward. Breathing belly, chest. And here what we're doing is this inner leg stretch. We're getting into the liver, kidney and spleen meridians through our body. Lovely. Bring your body upwards. Let's fold our left foot into centre. Lovely pull on the inside of the legs, isn't it? And we'll come forwards, just leaning forwards. You might find that you feel like you can get a bit further than you did with both legs out. Bring your arms over towards the right leg now. So just creep your fingers round. Start to feel that different feeling in the side of the waist. And then just gently lifting up, let's swap our feet. And you might find it feels very different from one side to the other. Just come forward first. Breathing to the belly. Then walk your hands round to the left leg. Just being soft. You don't have to be fully outstretched here. Just explore how it feels to move the body and what you feel through your body. Deep breaths. And then coming back just round to centre. Let's lie down for a moment and just feel through the back, because that has been bringing our back forward. Soothing. You might find that you notice a little bit more of a sensation here. It might sort of, not an ache as such, but you can feel it where you've stretched. And so what I'd like to do next with the blankets is have them sort of in a square shape, like a sofa cushion. And we're going to lie back on them in a pose that we call bench in yin. So just draw the knees in for a moment, have a little rock on the back. Feeling good. We've been very gentle today. So just roll up to seated, and if you can make your cushion into a square, just so that it's not sort of rolled and rounded, because what I literally want us to do is lie back over it. So just, that's it, perfect. I'm going to take my cushion back a little bit away from the body, and the reason I do that is so that I get more of a curve in the upper part of the back than the lower spine. The lower spine I want to be quite relaxed, and we're just going to lie back over it. And you're only really an inch or so off of the mat. You can just feel that lovely sort of curve into the upper part of the body. Arms can be level with the shoulders or down by your side, whatever feels nice. Can you feel like your chest is lifted? Yes, it's very gentle. You're only, I'd say probably inch or so away from the mat, but just taking the spine in this direction is very nurturing, especially for that lumbar area. And as you're here, you don't really need to support the neck because we're not that high away from the mat. Just take some lovely deep breaths, feel that stretch through the torso and belly. If you want to take your arms above your head, that might feel really nice. Holding hands above your head, just let the arms become loose. Feel a lovely stretch in the tummy. You might want to come into cactus arms, really just bend at your elbows and arms are level with the shoulders. You might want to just bring the arms back down to the side of the body. It's entirely up to you. And just notice how this pose makes you feel. Supported, what words come to mind, nurtured, like you're caring for yourself, a bit of self-love. Ultimately, if it makes you feel good, then you're vibrating in a really nice space. I want you to just gently lift up. We're going to just lift the body up slowly, pull the blanket away and come back down again. So you don't have to lift up very high. Just pull it out, come straight back down. Notice the difference. Only a couple of inches, but it feels very different through your spine. Letting everything come back into alignment. There's so much that's precious with the feelings after poses as well as the being in the pose itself. Let's just come into banana from here. So bring your feet to the lower right corner and bring your right foot over your left ankle. And then just shuffle your shoulders to the top right corner just as much as you want to. Release your buttocks if they feel tight. And we'll just take a few breaths here, come into a nice side stretch. Try and relax your feet and legs. Notice how it feels to kind of breathe into that left side of the body. Come back into center. Have just a moment in center. Feel what you feel. And let's take it to the other side. Feet to lower left corner. Left foot comes over the right foot. And then top shoulders to top left. Just relax your buttocks, relax your lower back. Enjoy that stretch in the right side, our masculine side of ourselves. Try and relax the left side of your waist. If you just Every now and then notice it feels a bit tight and tense. And then gently we'll come back to center, just shuffling a few inches to the middle. Have a moment here. And we'll draw our knees in. And then if you've got that little blanket handy, we're going to just pop it under the bottom and come up into, just raise the legs in waterfall. Just whatever you can grab, just lift your legs. We'll just take a few breaths here. So we've had a really lovely gentle practice today with earth sequence, with a seated balance, the boat pose. We've moved the body forwards, backwards, stretched through the legs, side to side with banana, and then just finishing with a nice inversion is you've moved the body kind of in all directions, we've twisted. Notice if your legs are a little bit shaky, bend the knees more if you want to. And just focus a few moments on some lovely belly breaths. Eyes closed, gazing at your third eye. And if you want to just drop the feet down, bend at the knees, you can do. And just pull the little blanket away from under the buttocks. Come into Shavasana for a moment. Before we relax, I'd like to do a breathing practice with you. And we'll do it lying down if you want to, save moving too much. I'd like to breathe in for the count of 4. And then we're going to hold that breath in for the count of 7. And then we're going to have a very long, slow exhalation for the count of 8. So it's a 4, 7 hold, 8 out. Okay, just see if you can do it. It's not a breath we would normally do. We've often done it very evenly spaced, but this is a lovely breath that is very peaceful and wonderful for the breath, lung capacity. So just relax your arms wherever you want to. We're going to start now. So inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Inhale for 4. Hold for 7. Exhale for 8. Just carry on a few more times. Just do one more round. And then just return to natural breath. We're going to relax now, so if you want to pull your blanket over, support your knees, please do. A very, very relaxing breath. And just relaxing to this lovely mantra. Just gently, just still listening, but just bring yourself back. Just consciously bring yourself back. Notice how you feel spiritually, emotionally, internally. Where does it take you in your heart? Maybe it takes you back in time to a feeling of something somewhere. Could it even be some sort of past life feeling? Where does it connect? Gently, when you're ready, just begin to start to move fingers and toes. Take a gentle breath. Coming back into your day. And feeling good. Feeling stretched, refreshed, calm and balanced, all at the same time. And then ever so gently, when you're ready, take your time, just coming to seated. And we'll chant 3 Oms. Having heard that Om in the mantra, perhaps that comes to mind. So hands to Chin Mudra. Deep breath in. Bringing hands together. Feel the heat and then palm the eyes. Gently blink and let the light through as you part fingers and drawing hands to heart. Om Shanti. Namaste.